I go once a year. I do like Ayurvedic retreat, like a
Nice.
Panchakarma.
Panchakarma.
Yeah. This
Very
is
good.
very powerful.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
powerful. I've done that. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Yeah,
Awesome.
I would say one of the most powerful detoxification. If you have a chance, highly recommend
Definitely.
to do that once a year, once in few years
Yeah.
at least.
Cacao, for example, I picked up recently, was in a US university research study proven that the proper raw cacao
Mm-hmm.
is even increasing the stem cells.
Oh, for sure.
Where
Yeah.
people are usually like paying thousands of dollars to
Yeah, like me.
Action!
Welcome to the Spirit of Yoga podcast. Today with a special episode about biohacking, longevity tricks straight from the Japanese wisdom of our star guest Akira Iguchi, who is a best-selling author, an entrepreneur, and a seasoned biohacker. And he will teach us many secrets of his best practices related to detox and blue zone diets and many other lifestyle tips and tricks to make sure that we don't only have a long lifespan, but also a health span that we can enjoy the entire period of our long life with full vitality. Welcome, Akira. Thank you for joining us. He's just visiting for a moment in Bali. Just before his departure, I could catch him and we take a moment to sit down together and share with our global audience some of your expertise. So thank you for taking the time and welcome to the Spirit of Yoga.
Yeah, thank you for having me. That's amazing. I'm pretty excited to share all my secrets and wisdom. So yeah, I'm happy.
Awesome. Share a bit about your background, your context.
Sure.
How did you come to this topic of longevity, biohacking?
Sure.
What's your perspective, your approach?
Sure. So I've been an entrepreneur 17 years. So I help more than like 500,000 people, subscribers. We have one of the biggest personal development companies in Japan. So it's everything's in Japanese. I have 13 books.
13 books?
Yeah. So more than 300,000 copies.
Wow.
So I started as like, teaching, coaching about personal development, mindset. Then I expand my horizon into entrepreneurship. Of course, now people want to be somebody, how to turn a passion into a business. I started teaching that. Then also, I had my personal interest about health and biohacking past 20 years. Then I started sharing that. Then especially for entrepreneurs, high achievers, people who's interested in these topics.
Sure.
So I start, having the online courses, a book about it. So this is all my philosophy is like a body, mind, spirit. Expand your horizon. So that's if you want to be the best version of yourself, body, mind, spirit, all connected. So
awesome. I like the holistic approach in that, which is similar to our yogic philosophy, bringing body, mind, and spirit together, aligning the psychology with our deeper intentions, the emotions, and actually taking the important steps in our life, taking action, making a difference in this world as entrepreneurs, not just as individual beings, but also collectively in the society, making a difference, contributing, and showing up with vitality, integrity. Love your integral approach and love your success story of integrating the different areas of life and empowering other people so they can contribute. I've followed some of your social posts and could see some of the most influential entrepreneurs of the planet, which you've been connected to. And I'm sure in the Japanese context, you're pretty famous. So with 13 books and 300,000 copies sold, that's pretty amazing. So we're honored to welcome you here. And I'm very much looking forward to learn from your years, no, decades of experience. So curious how we can kick it off with some basic topics on the detox area where people are regularly interested because there's a tendency that we ingest various toxins either intentionally with recreational drugs, alcohol, smoking, whatnot, or unintentionally with some environmental toxins of whatever exhaust fumes, gases, and whatever toxins, microplastics we pick up, etc. Also many heavy metals are in our diet from seafood, etc. So the topic of detoxification is a very important and crucial one, even more so in the modern industrial society where we're bombarded with all these chemicals.
Sure.
So maybe you can share a bit how to counteract and counterbalance this input of toxins which we get to make sure that they don't impact our life quality too much. For example, I have here a friend in the Balinese community who is suffering mercury and copper toxic impact on her whole system. And she's devastated and trying desperately with saunas to sweat it out. But what are the professional tools for detoxification?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll say I'll start from like why I'm so passionate about biohacking, also detoxification. That I go the deep into that after.
Exactly.
So my biohack journey started like 20 years ago, but especially past 7 years, because 7 years ago I lost my father because of the cancer, stomach cancer. When we find out, it's like already stage 4. So it's like doctor told him that you only have like 3 months. So it's pretty devastating and tough for our entire family. Then we did everything. I found all these like functional medicine doctor, like Chinese medicine doctor, everybody, right? Then I spent lots of money and time to try to heal him. In the end, of course, he had like year and a half. After doctor told him he only had like 4 months. So it was great, but he passed away after that. Then I learned the biggest lesson. It's always you need to do preventive. Of course, we tend to, our humans, right? Like we tend to go hospital or something. When we start to have disease, and then always doctor tell you that like why did you come this late? So that I got so curious about how can I prevent like cancer, like being like little sick, or you can't sleep, or heart problem, everything. So then one of the biggest answer is detox, right? As we're gonna talk about today. So I would, because as you explained that, like we get all toxins from every day. We of course we're not gonna try to inhale the toxins, but from
inevitable.
Yeah, exactly, from fish, especially these big fish like a tuna, a snapper, these like big type of fish, we tend to get mercury toxins. Could be water, microplastic, as you talked about. Like from the gas from the bike, the cars and factory, so it's already inside our body, right? So I would give three tips how to detox these environmental toxins. This is first prepare for the detoxification. Then second is detox, and third is recover. So that's the 3 steps, I would say.
The sequence how a detox unfolds.
Yes. Then the first one I said preparation, because many people come with the detoxifications like, okay, I start gonna detox, let's jump into like retreat 7 days, fasting and things like that, which is great, but detox is like a big job for our body, because toxins like those heavy metals and plastic comes out to your out from your body. Before that it's gonna come out from your cell and things like that. It's a lot, it could harm your body, hurtful to your body.
Like in the process of releasing. So no, it's kind of stored, locked in the cellular tissues in the liver. But then when it gets released out of the tissues, then it enters also into the bloodstream and could in this way be in a way harmful and impactful again. So we need to also make sure to actually flush it out.
Yeah, absolutely. So first you want to do preparation. Like what does it mean? Like you want to turn your body into type of the body you can detox. What we can do, just start from the basic, drink lots of water, hydration, start moving your body, like you can walk 7, 8, 9,000 steps every day. Yoga is great, there are many yoga move good for the detox, right?
Sure.
Organs and yeah,
Yeah, some of the
exactly.
twists,
Exactly.
rotations are good
Yep.
for digestive organs.
Yep.
Even the compression,
Yes.
breathing into the belly, putting
Yep.
the body upside down.
Absolutely.
Also helps for the digestive organs to get stimulated.
It's basically tell your body like, okay, we are about to detox. As we talked about, now it's time of the new beginning, spring.
Sure.
So it's good to do in the spring, especially. And the pro tip I would say it's mineral, because all those mineral always take its binder, right? Take the toxins out from your body.
Okay.
So ideally, you could do those like a mineral test, heavy metal tests from your the hair, or could be from your blood. So you can send these to the laboratory in the US or Europe, anywhere.
Sure.
Then you can see how much deficient for your body for each mineral, like magnesium and lithium and things like that.
Sure.
Because if you're gonna detox, we tend to lose these minerals as well.
Okay.
So you wanna make sure you wanna have enough minerals before start detox. The major mineral would be like magnesium.
Magnesium, famous.
Yeah. Lithium.
Yeah.
These of course zinc and like copper could be so who knows, like everybody has been different diet, right? I see the pattern of many yogis tend to eat less meat.
Exactly.
So some people might, especially the women, might deficient with the iron.
Famous one. Exactly. Due to the menstruation, women have a higher need in the iron. Even the World Health Organization recommends a higher iron intake for women as compared to men due to the loss in the menstruation context. Yeah.
So let's just get enough minerals. You could eat extra mineral from all those like a miso soup, or the vegetables and fruits, things like that. So it's preparation. Then second, you go dive into the detox.
Second phase after the preparation comes the detoxification in itself.
Yeah, exactly. And then when it comes to the detox, it just may take as long as 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, because depends on how much you have in your body, right? Sure. I definitely recommend to meet, the functional medicine doctor, somebody is expert about
healthcare practitioner.
Exactly.
Also to interpret, evaluate the lab results, to see what deficiencies are there, to have a proper professional guidance, not just improvise.
That's right. Then let's say, okay, now you're ready to detox, right? Then you can start keep doing those, the detox activity, like drinking water, doing yoga every day. I recommend to go sauna,
good one,
especially the infrared, so it coming from your body, toxins coming from your body, right?
Exactly, the sweating out, both passively in the sauna. I'm definitely a big fan of both dry sauna, steam bath sauna, infrared sauna, exactly. And as you mentioned, the movement also to sweat it out in the exercise.
Coming with the detoxification, the infrared is the best, because you're gonna sweat, especially inside the body. It takes time to you feel hot, but it's the most effective one.
Okay.
And I would say the supplementation is definitely, if you want to do detox properly, you need, I'll give you a few examples. I would say glutathione is one of the, it's called master of antioxidant.
Yeah.
So we have a liver. Then we can detox all these toxins from our liver, but we take too much toxins. If you have, especially you have lots of copper, or heavy metal, you need to actually help your liver, more. It's like sending more energy,
Yes.
So the glutathione or NAC is the great way to support your liver. Many actually people use form of supplementation, IV, IV drip. You can go some clinic near you, and that helps a lot to detoxify all these heavy metals, chemicals, and plastic and things like that. Also, the more like a superfood type, I would recommend chlorella.
Yeah,
Yeah,
chlorella, exactly.
chlorella.
Yeah.
It's especially the one from Okinawa. We're gonna touch about later, because the one from Okinawa contains more minerals, more greens, more nutrients basically. So you can take 10 to 15, every morning.
10 to 15 gram of chlorella.
No, 10 to 15, like
units.
Yeah, like a unit. Yeah, like then with the empty stomach, sometimes it just may be too strong, for you.
Sure.
So just you need to
ease into it, build up.
Yeah, definitely. Also, the powerful binder would be activated charcoal.
Okay, yeah, to absorb binding the toxins.
Yeah,
activated charcoal.
Yeah, absolutely. As it's very strong, you want to take right before going bed.
Yeah.
Then apart at least 30 minutes to hour from other supplements.
Okay, separate. Exactly, because otherwise the charcoal absorbs all the other supplements. No sense.
Or the medication if you take one.
Sure. And for absorption, do you also take bentonite clay?
Yes, bentonite's great. Another example. You can take in the morning, like with the chlorella. It really contains lots of minerals and helps you to do a bolt movement.
Sure.
That's actually most important activity every day. You make sure you go bathroom.
Movement.
Bolt movement.
Yeah, surprisingly, many people are confronted with constipation issues. It's shocking. In our yoga teacher trainings, out of 30 participants, it's not uncommon that even in this kind of healthy lifestyle yogic community, like at least 20%, if not more, 30% can be constipated, more or less. And that's a major issue because then the elimination process is not working. Things get stuck in the intestine and also get reabsorbed in the large intestine.
Yeah.
So exactly, bowel movement is a key ingredient, of course.
Yeah, so these the ingredients I could go deeper. Also like some bitter would helpful, like a Swedish bitter, you know. If you take that helps your organs to kind of like wake up, then start creating the bile.
Sure.
Then
exactly.
Help to remove the toxins.
Exactly, because the bile is actually coming a lot from the liver itself via the gallbladder being released into the small intestine. And like you say, the bitter food substances trigger the bile flow. And we tend to, in our modern diet, especially in the West, avoid bitter more or less altogether. Like sweet, sour, and some like
hot, spicy.
Spicy. Okay, this is normal. Everybody more or less enjoys those, but bitter tends to be a no-go for many people, but it's very beneficial to reintroduce.
Like bitter melon, you can eat, or you can use the Swedish bitter from the supplement, or the liquid form.
Sure. Yeah. In India, they use amla as a famous Indian fruit, also super bitter. So exactly reintroducing bitter ingredients.
Yeah, nice. For sure. So that will take, of course, depends on the people, but maybe 3 to 6 months, to see the result, So it's like a long process, but make sure, especially if you start doing in the spring. That's great. You can keep detoxing like April, May, June, July, August. Nice. Summer is great, because you're gonna sweat, move,
Sure.
So then you can kind of toxins out from your body, So that's the detox process. I would also throughout the process, of course, you don't want to eat contains some toxins, Make sure you eat clean diet. Like if you eat meat, like grass-fed, free range, these type of meat, lots of vegetables. Make sure it's like organic, not lots of pesticides and the chemicals.
Okay.
Stay away from these human-made things, very scary.
The highly processed food, industrial production with all the additives and so on. Reducing those to a minimum. And choosing rather the organic, natural, whole food ingredients, etc.
Yeah, the drink, ideally like water or coconut water, not sugary drink or alcohol.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And any specific foods we come later also too when we talk about the blue zone diet, how to focus the food intake on. But anything else what you would recommend for specific type of
Sure.
cleanses?
Yeah.
Is there also like shorter periods, or like you speak about a long-term 2, 3, 6 months period? Is there also like intensive periods that you would suggest? Like I've heard, for example, of a liver detox, which is very common in our community, where people go on very specific ingredients for a week or 10 days and flush things out. Any recommendations you have on like shorter intensive cleanses? Some headlines, keywords?
Yeah. You could like definitely combine, the short, like let's say 7 days. You can do like, some people do like a water detox. Some people do juice cleanse, like take lots of like herbal supplements or juicing, like ginger, turmeric.
Nice.
I go once a year. I do like Ayurvedic retreat, like a panchakarma.
Panchakarma.
Yeah. This is very powerful.
Very powerful. I've done that.
Great. Yeah,
Awesome.
I would say one of the most powerful detoxification. If you have a chance, highly recommend to do that once a year, once in few years at least. So you can combine these like Ayurvedic herbs, things like that, tea. But in general, if you like wanna like keep eating, like as many people, I would recommend things like garlic.
Garlic also, garlic,
parsley.
Parsley also, okay, makes sense.
Ginger,
okay.
Something with antioxidant, like avocado,
goji
berry, things like contain lots of antioxidant. That will definitely beneficial for detox.
Okay.
What else? So just make sure that also like avoid. It's more I would say important to avoid like gluten, sugars, chemicals, as we already talked about. This is more important than like what we eat, because if you keep eating the toxins, like it's,
How can you detox if you keep on stuffing with chemical stuff?
So make sure that, especially like first month or two, like pick the clean diet. Lot less sugar, because sugar creates inflammation in our body. Make sure eat lots of like herbs and like vegetables and things like that. That's very, very important.
Great.
For detox.
Great. So let's maybe conclude the detox journey with the third part, the aftercare, and then we can come back to the diet topics, more specifically the blue zone area. But so we had the preparation of the detox, then the main detox period. You spoke about what to avoid and more what to focus on. And then after the main detox period, how to reintegrate and how to fade out of the more focused and dedicated detox into regular lifestyle.
So I would recommend to everyone to detox. People think it's like it's like a week, let's go Bali to do detox, or things like that. But just make it part of your daily routine. For example, I go sauna like 4 or 5 times a week, and do yoga 3-4 times a week. Keep eating these kind of foods, then mix. One of the most important the detox strategy, or the diet strategy, is eating like rainbow, different things. Don't like focus on like, I heard this one thing is good. Like keep eating like, every day. That creates allergy or inflammation. So you eat variety of food. That's very, very important,
So all the colorful fruits and vegetables, as they say, eat the rainbow, kind of all different colors.
For sure.
What I recently picked up more upon is if there's dark red versions of something, to prefer those. For example, with onions, rather go for the dark red, purple onions. Even with carrots, some old types of carrots are not orange but dark purple. Generally, also the dark cabbage, the purple color, and these more intense colors are specifically valuable. But all eat the rainbow, like full spectrum, like you said, the variety, not narrow down too much on 1-2 ingredients.
And also like swapping, it's one of the good strategy. Like if you like eat like sugary snack, swap into healthy snack like like raw almond or like the nuts or something healthy. You know, if you live in like healthy community like Bali, it's easier. You know, you go these like gluten-free or sugar-free snack, or you can make one. So it's just swapping. It's always a good idea.
Exactly. Even small tricks, you know, like of course many people enjoy some dessert kind of sweet, but then instead of having a supermarket dairy chemical ice cream with all the stabilizers and softeners and all the milk powder, egg powder and all the chemical stuff in there.
Powder we don't even know.
Exactly, we don't even know. Like cannot even pronounce the chemical name and so on. But it's very simple actually. Just as a simple trick of that, just taking a banana, cutting it, throwing it in the freezer, and then taking it out of the freezer, the chunks, throwing them in the blender, mixing it with any other fruit or whatever, or cacao powder without sugar or whatever. Just make a nice mix with some raisins or this and that, natural sweetener, honey, something. Not even needed. The bananas themselves are already so sweet. So just creativity, put some other fruit, or even just straight the banana mousse is already amazing.
Absolutely.
So simple things like this, super creamy, tasty, and it's so easy to make. Like as soon as you have a freezer and you get some type of simple blender, you already got your ice cream ready.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's one ingredient, banana, maybe whatever. You mix it with some other fruit you like, some berries.
You mentioned the cacao. Ceremonial cacao is one of the most powerful antioxidants for our body.
Exactly.
It's great swap to sugary drink. You know?
Exactly. Exactly.
So these are definitely great strategy. Yeah.
Exactly. Cacao, for example, I picked up recently was in a US university research study proven that the proper raw cacao is even increasing the stem cells.
Oh, for sure.
Where people are usually like paying thousands of dollars to increase their stem cells, but it's in cacao available.
Yeah. Drink cacao every day, like ceremonial cacao.
Exactly. Not the sugar chocolate stuff, but like the pure, real raw cacao.
Yeah, that will help. So just make it lifestyle.
Exactly.
That's
healthy choices. Integrate them.
These 3 steps. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing about your. I like the long-term approach of the detoxing because what we meet more in these, like you say, healthy communities like here in Bali is more the short and strong. Where people like for a week they just want to get rid of all the toxins which they accumulated over the year.
Then but I can eat everything now. You know?
Exactly, because this is a bit like in dieting, what we call the yo-yo effect, this bouncing back. So then I go strong on this whole detox and I fly high and I feel so good and all the purification and so good. But then they go from hero back to zero and back into the bad habits and no daily life integration is a common problem.
Make it like daily life. Also, it could be advanced strategy, but ozone therapy. If you go find a good clinic, you know, I'm sure you can find in Bali or some Europe, US, you know.
Sure. Ozone treatment.
Yeah, ozone treatment. Take out your blood and mix with ozone back to your body. That's anti-fungus, bacteria, things like that. That's heavy metal. That's also another advanced strategy.
Interesting. Exactly, more the technological biohacking approaches using the latest tech possibilities. Interesting. Maybe before we come to the more advanced hacks, let's take a closer look at the food intake, diets and lifestyle choices as they are recommended in the so-called blue zone longevity lifestyles. So some of you might have not heard of the blue zone approach yet. It's a research movement around the globe to find those areas on the planet which have the highest life expectancy. So that's, for example, in the Mediterranean coastal areas, they found some of those. In
Sardinia, Italy.
Exactly, Sardinia, exactly. The Mediterranean diet related to that. Then we have in Central America some areas.
Costa Rica,
Costa Rica, famous, exactly. I think even in the Northern California somewhere.
California in...
what's the name?
Coming.
Comes in a moment.
Loma Linda, yes.
Thank you, exactly. And then also in Japan is one of those famous blue zones where there is disproportionately high longevity, which sometimes is a bit questions because it fades out kind of because the modern lifestyle also arriving in those areas. And it's of course always a longitudinal long-term study, like the longevity over not only years but decades. But maybe you can share a bit of your experience straight from the source in Japan about the Japanese blue zone and what you learned from them, what you have applied in your own experience, and also share with your students and friends.
Sure. I love Okinawa. It's one of the most beautiful places in Japan and the planet, I would say. If anyone big fan of like snorkeling and open water, things like that, it's one of the best places.
Diving, snorkeling,
diving,
clear
snorkeling.
waters,
It's
pure,
amazing,
pristine nature.
Amazing place. Then I love Okinawa. I would say keep coming back past 15 years. Then we do a retreat every year.
Nice.
So because it's blue zone.
Sure.
So I got, in the process of 15 years, I developed many good friendship with like a local community people. Some of them introduced their like grandfather, grandmother. They are like 90 or even over that. There are many centenarian, like 100 years old, grandfather, grandmother. So I got some secrets. Few things I would say. So it comes to diet, they eat definitely rainbow. Famous one would be like the sweet potatoes.
Okay.
And like purple, blue sweet potato. It's a great carbohydrate.
Yeah.
They eat lots of these. Bitter melon, as we talked about. So they eat, very it's bitter, but they have a way to kind of mild their taste. They make goya champuru, means they mix grill with the like eggs and things like that. So it's really easy to eat.
Nice.
They eat, of course, almost all things like organic, like a natural thing,
local, kind of seasonal, more the old school garden connected, self-produced neighbor.
Yeah, absolutely. What other thing? Like lots of mineral, like because it's Okinawa is island like Bali, so it's if you can get lots of like seafood, also many like a nori,
seaweed, also very famous for its nutrient content.
Yeah. So nori, wakame, so many seaweed you can get in Okinawa that contains lots of mineral. Also the sea salt.
Yes.
Yeah, it's one of the actually best source for mineral. People go to like, less sugar and less salt, but it's not true. You
the mineral content in sea salt or rock salt can be so beneficial. Yes.
Yeah. So these the diet they eat. Also.
Lifestyle choices.
Lifestyle choice. Yeah, definitely. Go to the nature.
Yeah.
So many of them has a garden, like beautiful garden backers. Some people they raise their own vegetables and fruits, and so they take obviously lots of sun, vitamin D3,
like vitamin D from sunshine.
Exactly what we need, like at least 30 minutes a day. So they get a lot of them. Move their body, like slow movement, like people when it comes to the workout exercise, of course, we can go gym and like hard exercise, but these centenarian people, they do like slow movement, like just gardening, walk, like Okinawa karate. So it's
what's Okinawa karate?
Karate, it's like karate, it's like a type of the martial art
type, like
Okinawa,
judo type of karate
they
style.
Do more like I would say like using like a chi, like
a slow meditative, contemplative movement, working with the chi, the vital life force, the prana.
Yeah, they do. I mean, of course, they do like a real martial arts fight, but that they can do these exercise. So that's the movement and type they do.
Okay.
Also, community and spirituality, the huge component for their life. So I see lots of, I'm sure you can watch in the Netflix show as well, in the Blue Zone, but I see a lot of family hang out with like to 3 generation, like grandparents and father and the kid, granddaughter.
Sure.
It's a big part of their culture. They hang out a lot, like a weekend. They do like kind of playing with the babies and
underestimated in the kind of biohacking approach and this obsession around nutrition and superfoods. People underestimate the importance of this connection, community, and in a way a coherence, meaning giving, purpose,
so
and
important.
this nurturing aspect of family and in a way the tribe, the community.
So I'm sure like it's getting popular word called ikigai.
What's that?
Ikigai is the word of the life purpose, life mission. Many people like the reason you wake up, you know, why you wake up is like you want to do some, you know, work or you want to have a like mission, right? Like many Okinawa people, they have that. It's not like, okay, I want to change the world, I want to make millions of dollars. But like, let's say my ikigai mission is, oh, I love hanging out with my friends, drinking the tea, you know, or helping taking care of my granddaughter, or you know, vice versa.
Exactly. Well, that's actually super important. There's lots of research showing how seniors, older people, stay fit and healthy more. First of all, they when they have grandkids. First of all, because of the movement, they engage more and try to be more active and go out to the playground with the kids and so on. But also the meaning, the purpose. I know that from China and other Asian countries where the grandparents care for the grandkids. Is that in Japan also an approach?
Yeah, I would say it's very common.
Very common.
Know?
So that the middle generation is working. The parents themselves are busy with their livelihood working, and the grandparents have more time to take care of the grandkids, and that keeps them also young, fresh, and healthy.
For sure.
And so.
It's very common, I would say, especially the countryside and you know, both of them get the benefit.
Exactly. Exactly. The kids also get the benefit of, you know, being with these wise, mature beings who've not only been around for 30, 40 years, but for 60, 90, 100 years. Like we can learn so much as young people from the elders.
Yeah, so these community and spirituality, last but not at least, so they, especially in Okinawa, spirituality is a huge component. Then they pray before the meal and ancestor, not necessarily like one specific religion, but I mean religion, but like kind of ancestor, like more like nature, like
the
God,
forces of nature.
God, like a universe. So they have like respect for that. So this is I'd say their secrets for the longevity.
Exactly. In the spiritual context, feeling this deeper purpose and meaning of life, which sometimes in the modern scientific worldview we can lose that. If kind of nothing is a mystery anymore, everything is researched, and it's kind of a cold, dry universe in this very materialistic, objectifying perspective. So this spiritual depth can bring, in a way, a coherence, more profound wisdom of life back introduced into our modern lifestyle. We can learn a lot from the old generation, like you described, forces of nature. What's here in Bali also very common is the appreciation for the sun. Also in India, Surya Deva is a very important ingredient to just this gratitude for the sun, as we do in yoga, the sun salutations, the forces of nature, sun, rain, moon, all the basic ingredients. In Bali, also super important, they cultivate this, they call it the Trihita Karana, the balance between the nature, the human beings, and the spiritual plane. So having like a giving and receiving in this triangle. So this giving back with gratitude, offerings is very strongly established here in Asia. So
we can learn a lot.
We can learn a lot.
Definitely. I would recommend people, if it's somebody listening this podcast, like, you know, it's great, learn the knowledge and experience that. You know, like
give it a try.
Exactly, use that. Like, you know, maybe you could come Bali, or you know, you could join one of the training, or if you've been coming back, if you haven't been back, that would be great. You know, I like the repetition, like you know, back to maybe training and see, you know, the friends you learn together, and you know, many things you can do. So that
to stay inspired also, to refresh, because we tend to get sucked in with all the technology and the obligations and work, career, and all the not only toxins coming from food and environmental surroundings, but also on a psychological, emotional level, all the manipulation, the mindset, and all the fear and paranoia, anxiety, panic attacks, depression.
Especially if we spending lots of time in a big city, you know, which most of us do, you know.
and then surrounded by this vibe, which in a way drags us down, pulls us deeper into the messiness.
Absolutely.
So then to refresh, reset, detox on a in a way nutrient food level, but also as you described with movement, the sauna, sweating, the lifestyle choices, the sleep also. So many ingredients how we can recharge ourselves.
Yeah.
Maybe to conclude, you can share some of your own best practices, your tips and tricks.
Sure.
What are your routines after decades of being in this field of longevity and biohacking, teaching that, publishing books, having a huge community in Japan? Personally, for you, what's your kind of secret sauce? How do you stay so young, fresh, and pure, clear?
Yeah, I would say routine. Definitely, it's important. But I especially value my morning routine.
Okay.
Because you have a great morning routine, no matter where you go in the world. If let's say I travel quite a bit for my speaking, or but I always take time for myself. I would say at least like 40 minutes in the morning. This morning routine. Give some example. So one of them is definitely movement. As soon as I wake up, I like to open my curtain or window, see the sun, then usually drink a hydrogen water. I always carry the hydrogen bottle that make hydrogen water.
Yes.
And drink that. Then I immediately stir my body. It's kind of slow movement. Depends on the day. Some day, yes, I love my vinyasa yoga, sun salutation. Some day I like flow training, some day I like HIIT training. Some day I like go gym. But 15 to 20 minutes. Sure. But I just like to move my body. Ideally in the nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go out.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Yeah.
And second is diet, nutrients. So I'm the type of, yes, I sometimes do intermittent fasting, but my body type, if I eat something healthy in the morning, it makes me feel so much better, so it's important to know your body.
Exactly.
So I tend to eat free range eggs, avocado, broccoli. If I'm in Bali, I would like some, amazing fruits, papaya.
Smoothie bowl.
Yeah, something amazing. Fruits. If I'm in Europe, maybe blueberries, things like that.
Berries, super healthy, also known.
Yeah, raspberry and things like that. So one fruits and lots of vegetable, lots of proteins as well.
Yeah. Where do you get your protein? Any plant-based sources of protein you can recommend?
I would say pea protein. It's a great source.
Okay.
You could use the powder.
Okay.
If you're vegan, somebody's vegan. That's good. Also, I would take fat in the morning.
Okay.
I drink sometimes, so I mix with. Of course, I'm from Japan. I like matcha. So I drink matcha.
Matcha
it contains a lot of antioxidants.
Yeah.
And someday I drink, I love coffee, single origin coffee, very clean coffee, sometimes mixed with MCT oil, it's
for the oil, fat intake.
Yeah, exactly.
You mix that in.
Yeah, ghee.
Clarified butter from Ayurveda Indian context.
Yep, I mix, upgrade coffee.
Yeah.
And sometimes I drink cacao, ceremonial cacao. So something I take high nutrients, high fat, high protein in the morning.
Nutrient dense.
The supplements, vitamin C's, minerals, glutathione. These maybe I take a lot. So that's my morning routine. Also, the third one is meditation. So something with spirituality, especially after those yoga or the exercise, I take cold shower. And I like to meditate. 5 to 10 minutes,
short but deep.
Deep. Gratitude. I'm great, kind of counting what I'm grateful for. Gratitude journal.
Sure, good one.
So these what I do. So I would say movement, nutrition, and spirituality. That's the key component.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I have more time, I'll go, let's say, yoga, ice bath,
Sure.
IV drip, and like,
Sure.
but if I don't, like, I just do kind of quick, then like, okay, I'm ready to go. I also tend to create the today's plan after the gratitude journal, as I already am writing,
Nice,
what I want to achieve today, who I want to contact with today, what's I been missing, so just writing down, then like dive into the day. So 30-40 minutes, depending on how much I have. If I'm in Bali, I tend to have more like time, like hours. So I take extra time to do these stuff. But just important thing is like you got to do every single day.
The regularity,
consistency.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm in Tokyo or big city, London or New York, I'm also a busy guy. I like that, kind of
intensity,
excitement. But I always put myself first in the morning. Then like rest of the day go smooth. If I don't have these, I feel somehow little off.
Sure.
So,
exactly. So prioritizing self-care in the morning to then be ready to go out, show up with integrity, vitality, and this clarity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that's my one of my biggest secrets.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I'm super excited to learn more about your approaches.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe we'll even cooperate in the future on some longevity events.
Yeah,
we'll also soon offer some Bali destination retreats for that. Maybe combining with your Blue Zone retreats, directly going to the source.
Oh, for sure.
So might be some overlaps in our communities, some collaborations.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Where can people find you if they're curious to look up your Japan retreats?
Sure. Most of 90% of my stuff I do in Japanese.
In Japanese, local market.
Yeah, in English I have some book. So if you Google my name, Akira Iguchi, Akira Iguchi, one of my books coming now. Some maybe YouTube show.
Okay.
Some podcasts I shared. I would love to actually do more events. I spoke many events as like a guest speaker.
Sure.
But I love to do my own events in maybe near future. So maybe just follow me on the Instagram, Akira Iguchi 1. Then I'll keep update.
The one? Amazing, Okay. We'll get you out of your Japan fame into the global arena.
Absolutely.
Our community is very much from around the world.
Absolutely.
So it can be some wonderful synergy and people can learn from all your expertise and years and decades of dedication, the entrepreneurial, smart moves. Amazing. Loving it, Akira. Thank you so much for taking the time, showing up before your departure. Wonderful. I'm truly happy that we're connected. And I hope that everybody learned something, that you got some takeaway message, some good intentions to keep the wisdom in motion and to keep your body flowing smoothly, harmoniously, detoxing, getting the old stuff out which doesn't serve us anymore, and then refilling it wisely with beneficial and uplifting ingredients. So thank you so much, Akira.
Yeah, thank you.
That was the Spirit of Yoga podcast, Wisdom in Motion. Thank you so much for joining, and see you on the healthy side of life.